yourself.
Yeah.
Stank ass breath coming through my motherfucking phone. That funk ass, hot ass breath ass motherfucking burp.
Hey.
Probably was drinking some goddamn beer. I told you, man. Drink water some motherfucking time, man. Filter out your system. Get that shit up out of you, dog. Cause we got you melting and nasty ass heat. Boiling hot. IBPs and summer ills and all that shit that be going in there. Man, that shit ain't good for your system. Flush your system out, man. Water, man. V8, nigga. Cranberry.
I might get a little drunk, Mike, this weekend. I mean, what week are we in? Wasn't I drinking some gin? Or was I Michelob Ultra, Mike? People say I got a drinking problem. Put a bottle of that poison to my lips and then give it a kiss. I don't see the problem, still as fresh as when they bottle the shit. I love them cold, but I still drink them hotter than piss. Crack it open, throw the can in the koozie. Brews with my crew till a nigga gets woozy. But Ice Viper might even swing through. If you see I'm missing, better send someone to get him. Drunk Mike likes to turn a situation into sticky business. Or maybe I just broke the ceiling, now a nigga pissing. Drink another couple of beers and take another piss. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Happy National IPA Day, everybody.
Today we're doing a beer review on IPA because it's International IPA Day, and me personally, I'm a fan of these IPAs.
Now, if you have watched any of my content before, YouTube, mostly Instagram, Facebook, follow me. You already know I got these beer reviews started in small segment clips, but today, and it's a good occasion, today we're going to take the beer reviews to the next level. And I ain't flying solo now. That's the Brew Bros beer review. So welcome to the first Brew Bros beer review with my handsome and related co-host, Seth T. So, alright, like he said, we got it's National IPA Day, and this is the nigga who actually got me started drinking IPAs. So I'm gonna let him break down. Actually, before we jump into our review, I'm gonna let him kind of go over some of the IPAs he's been drinking leading up to this, and you know, we're gonna tell you what IPA is, and we're gonna get it started like that. So that's what we're gonna do.
First off, I really think that I don't know. I feel like IPAs are acquired taste. I really quiet. They ain't for everybody, but I really strongly suggest y'all try them. I really haven't got off a lot in them, but here's several different ones that I've tried. The Holy Rollers, the Hazy Juicy IPA. I really love that one. Got your Raw Iron IPA.
That one was nasty than a motherfucker.
It was. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We gonna give it a second chance, but that first one was. Ugh.
The Voodoo Ranger IPA. We had drunk a 6-pack of it. The first 6-pack, it was good. Like, it was all right. It wasn't too bad. Then the last one I drank, I don't know. I had second thoughts about it. Now this St. Arnold's Elisa IPA. It really went off. If you ain't really a beer drinker, you could drink this IPA. Or more for like the woman. I don't know. And it says badass shit on the bottle. We might get at you at that later if we got time.
For sure.
The Ballast Point or Ballast Point, I ain't gonna lie, nasty as motherfucker. it was strong. I don't know. I can't say it's nasty. I guess it depends on your level. I'm just getting into IPA, so for me, it was a little too much, but I'll let somebody else be the seller of that. It wasn't my personal favorite. Now the Laguntas, I could do the Laguntas again. It also wasn't one of my most favorites, but I would say I would definitely get it again. But these two would definitely be in my top favorite. And I've tried a couple more at Hooters. They're not in my collection, but I don't know.
Again, the Brew Bros are just now diving into this craft beer and IPA world. So, you know, we're going to have a lot of first impressions and we're going to have a lot of second impressions. Because, you know, we the Brew Bros either way, we're probably going to try a beer a second time. But I'm going to have to go with him. Out of these, You know, I had me a little taste of these while he was having them. The Holy Roller was definitely my favorite, and the St. Arnold was definitely really smooth. The Voodoo Ranger was the next one on my list. Like,
I would say so too. I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
Mike. I would say so too. It would be between the Voodoo Ranger and the Laguntas, but I would have to definitely put that on number 3. I think I would have to put that.
hell yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to give them a second
We're
try.
gonna do reviews on them too. So
Yes.
today we're gonna be drinking the Full-Tang IPA. This comes from the Revolver Brewing Company, which we found out is a brewing company located out of just south of Fort Worth.
In
So
Gransbury, Texas.
coming from Texas, man. So, which a lot of these actually are local.
This is
St. Arnold's is out of
from
Houston.
Houston.
Abita, I believe, is out of Houston too, maybe.
Shit, you could.
This one's out of Chicago. It's a big world of craft beers, and you know, coming from like we some country boys, so coming from just drinking, you know, typical beers and things like that. This is a new experience, and we are bringing you along to experience it with us, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, we really hope you enjoy it, but we're gonna do it one way.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy it,
Always.
but if you don't, we still gonna drink these beers. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw mine in the koozie. Now that you've done seen the can, you know, it's a pretty simple can. I've noticed that a lot of IPAs and craft beers have elaborate labels and cans,
Yeah,
but
some of them got some dope ass cake.
this one's pretty tame, you know.
It is, but
I
we're gonna
mean-
get the full time.
Yeah, it's the full tang. Whether we think it's a lot or not, it's the full tang.
Shit, I'm definitely digging the revolvers on it. That's
Yeah, I think the brewing company
Yeah.
logo sells it.
the alcohol level on it is definitely higher than most of these ones that I tried. They said 7.2.
So we both got a 6-pack. You're gonna see what the full tang looks like at the end of 6. You know I keep them tangs on me. Shit. Let's go ahead and pop this open and get the first impression, and we'll let people know what it is we're drinking. Okay.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm really liking my first impression. Goddamn, this is definitely one of the. I'm gonna put this in my top for real.
Yeah, this already made the top. So
My first impression was definitely well balanced. I would say that's my first impression.
And you'll notice sometimes we struggle to find descriptive words for some of the flavors, but honestly, yeah, this is a very level for an IPA.
Yeah.
It's very level.
That's what I was definitely gonna say. For IPAs, it was pretty well balanced.
I would throw this in the category, if you're not a beer drinker, you could probably still enjoy this.
Yes.
Like, it's not the smoothest, lightest, but it's. We'll go into more detail, but you'll find out IPAs are known for their distinctively bitter taste, and it's how they're brewed.
Yeah.
And so to have an IPA that still has that IPA flavor, but isn't
balanced.
too hard to swallow, this is a good one. This is definitely a good
I
one.
most definitely agree on that, Mike.
All right, so go ahead. We did some research because we want, like I said, we're taking the beer reviews to another level. So we did a little research, and we're gonna lead off letting you know what an IPA is by definition, and then what we got here is the case from our full tanks, and we done dropped some slips in here with different IPA facts. Again, it's National IPA Day, so we're gonna educate you as we get educated, and it's just a bunch of facts and myths being debunked or whatever about IPAs, and we'll just throughout the show pull some of these out, and then we'll all get a little smarter for it.
First, I'm gonna start by telling you, for those of y'all don't know what IPA stands for. IPA stands for India Pale Ale. As the story goes, the drink earned its name during the British colonial era Excuse me. It was too hot and humid to brew beer in India, but the British sailors still needed a drink. So they devised a heavily hopped beer that could survive the month-long journey to the British Isles to India. The first recorded instance of IPA being used to describe a beer was in an 1829 advertisement in the Sydney Gazette and New South Wales Advertiser. The style has evolved far from its roots in terms of taste. Hello America IPA, but it kept the name.
So basically, started out in England. They needed their troops in India to still be able to get some good drink. And
but I don't know. I know I messed up a couple times when I read that, but basically what it was saying is that they hopped it up so it could make that trip. I don't know.
Without losing potency.
Exactly. That's
I mean,
what
it's
I'm
going to
trying
lose
get
some
at.
potency, so they would hop it up so that when they shipped it, you know, that it was
By
still
the time
drunk
they
at the
got
other end.
yeah.
You know, niggas don't want to buy some beer from the homeland and get it out there in India and then it's just water. So that's how the story goes apparently.
And
but
then that's how it even come about.
But they say the name was first used in Australia. So, but we also, if you know some world history or whatever, you know that Australia was basically a place where the English would send like their prisoners and dead people who owed money and stuff too. So, you know, it makes sense that an English beer, like it's not out of place for an English beer to get its name in Australia.
Yeah.
Globally speaking. So, shit, I don't know how far you are down, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my first can and get on to the second one.
Yeah, man, I'm going to too. Man, I'm really loving the flavor of this one. This one I might fucking drink more regular. This is definitely going in some of my better IPA selections.
And okay, I know this is gonna be on one of our slips that we probably pull later, but this is Full-Tang IPA is a tangerine IPA, and part of what characterizes IPAs is they have a fruity type flavor. Like
they do.
There's an essence of some kind of fruit in all the IPAs.
Most definitely.
Usually, to what we were talking about earlier, is usually what you pick up seems like a grapefruit type.
Yeah,
taste.
I feel like to me that's the best way I could describe.
But
this.
I think that the tangerine actually is probably what makes this
Balance.
smooth. Yeah,
I think so too. I was gonna get at that. I'm glad that you did. I think I do think that the tangerine that they put in their hops, I think that did most definitely set the balance in this IPA. Most definitely. Brew
it's
Bros.
an American IPA brewed with tangerine peel and 4 hops: Safford hops, Mandarina, Apollo, and Citra.
Hell yeah.
So I know I've heard of.
I ran across 3 of them hops so far.
And they're like.
I've ran across some more hops too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely familiar with
The Apollo hops
the Apollo hops.
and the Citra hops, I know for sure are familiar to
them
me.
too.
But
what was the other 2 you had said? I'm sorry.
Sapphire
No.
and Mandarina.
Okay, never mind. I lied. 2, not 3.
So I mean, we'll probably do a whole episode. Honestly, Brew Bros probably gonna bring you a hops information episode because there are a lot of kind of hops that are used in brewing, especially when you start getting into IPAs and craft beers. And there's a lot of interesting facts just about hops alone. Yeah, and you know that's part of all beer. So
And we're definitely gonna educate y'all more on it and educate ourselves a little more on it. We just didn't have time by the time we
Got
decided we were
together.
going to do this IPA segment for IPA Day. We grabbed it.
Yeah, I got it.
Bro. But I don't know. It's most definitely a different craft of beer. I can promise you, if you've never had an IPA beer, It's definitely distinguished from probably any other beers that you have tried, or at least that I have tried.
If you're used to drinking the regular beers like Coors, Bud Light, Budweiser,
this gonna set you off on a different.
I said this once before, and it's the best description I can come up with of drinking craft and IPA beers is that it's the difference between driving a standard car and driving an automatic. When you drive a standard, you're more involved with the driving. It's more of you're in there. You're actually driving the car, not just pushing the gas pedal. When you drink those Bud Light, the typical beers, and we still do, it's beer. We're the Brew Bros. So when you drink those, though, it's just kind of it's not the same experience. When you drink IPAs and craft beers, there's a whole world of flavors and different personalities to all the beers that you fall into.
There really is. I think, Mike, that was the best way to describe it. There definitely is a different personality. I don't know. I really enjoy it. That's why I've acquired the taste for them, is because I'm
glad you got into it.
I'm more involved into these IPAs.
I'm glad you did, because I definitely, I drink. But I mean, anybody who's seen the other beer reviews, like I've tried different ones, but like it's a conversation beer. So to drink them by yourself is not the same as to be able to drink them and enjoy them and discuss the different flavors. Like I said, there's every different can and bottle is a whole new personality.
It really, every single one was a different experience, including this Full-Tang. I really am glad though, Mike, that you picked this one for our International IPA Day, because it was definitely a good one to add to my collection.
Definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and pull another fact.
I was going to tell you that too.
Let's go in the box and see what we got. All right, this one, like people, hop plants have both. This is a fact about hops. So, not specifically IPAs, but just hop plants in general. So like people, hop plants have both male and female forms. The cones from the female plant are what are used in the brewing process, while the male hop cones are used to breed the plant. When you see a field of hops growing, all those plants are typically female. So there you go. You got your male and female hops, and without getting too into detail, I mean, if you know too much about plants, it's the same. Like all, flowers, everything, there's male and female parts of it. But apparently the part that we like to drink is definitely the female. So just, I guess that's your fact. Like, put that in your catalog. Put that in your hand. Like, the males be out there doing the work, breeding the plants, and the females, that's the part you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the part I enjoy. Shout out to the female.
Shout out to them. All right, I pulled another fact from the box, and it says there are many different styles of IPA. American IPA is the most popular, so shout out to America on International IPA.
Big ups America on
y'all the most popular
IPA.
IPAs. This is a more hop forward style IPA that is a departure from English style, known for being more of a balance between malt and hops. With the American IPA, it's all about the hops, aroma, and bitterness. In fact, though many try and claim American IPAs are closer to the original than their British counterparts, this could not be further from the truth. American IPAs utilize hops that weren't even known by the brewers in the 17th and 18th century. So the claim that American IPAs are the true originals doesn't hold water.
So there you go. We are the most popular, but we ain't the OGs. So, I mean, you gotta take your wins, I guess. But, I mean, it is true. That's just how agriculture, I mean, we know how fast the world changes. That's how agriculture is. So, the fact that there's, like you said, there's hops. They didn't know all these Apollos. I know for a fact, I was reading up, the Apollo hops was bred into existence, I think it maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. So
Yes.
like
I
literally,
do most definitely remember coming across that.
literally, and there's so many different kinds of hops. So,
There really is.
so we ain't the originators, and our style ain't close to the original, but it's better apparently because
And-
that's what
and-
people drink.
And either way, I really do still appreciate them keeping the IPA going because
I mean,
the
if
more I
you
sit
think
here
about
and fucking drink it,
if you
I
think about
appreciate
that
it.
fact more, talking about the 17th and 18th century, so for us to be drinking IPA still here in 2019, like that's a style that
Yeah.
apparently that's a classic. Like
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, and I definitely could appreciate that. I'm more of a classy nigga. So.
and definitely thankful that all we aren't left with is light beer. You know,
That ain't
sometimes
no
that
doubt. I really encourage y'all to try your IPA for International IPA Day or any time they
Anytime.
because
And honestly,
I
just go out
appreciate-
there,
I
try
appreciate
different
it.
beers. Like that was the whole
In
point when
general.
I started the beer reviews. Like it's just like different foods. And you know I'm a foodie, I'm gonna get some more cooking shows and stuff going again. But just there's so many different flavors, and there's so many. Beer can be more than just getting fucked up.
and this beer really is more than just fucking drinking a fucking normal light beer or fucking
yeah,
beer that y'all drink all
you're
the time.
gonna get involved with it.
It makes you.
It is an
appreciate
acquired
it.
taste, but if you give yourself a couple chances and
You
get
can
out there,
acquire
you gonna acquire it, and then you're gonna want to know more, and you're gonna want to.
Most definitely,
Find out.
and not necessarily with the IPAs, like he said. Just y'all go try more beers, and we're gonna try to throw. We're gonna
We're
be
gonna give
doing
you the
these
good
beer
recommendations.
reviews,
Yeah,
so we could throw some shit out at you. We're gonna be coming at y'all with more.
I hope y'all noticed my flamingo koozie. Shout out to Anna, you know, for hooking me. My new persona is the Flamingo King, and Anna's been keeping me laced up on the flamingo gear. You know, most of y'all probably know Pikachu from some of my other adventures.
He's here with us.
He's here
holding
with
our
us.
sign.
He's holding up our national IPA.
Shit, I'll drink to
drink.
that too.
I'll drink to
Pikachu.
that Pikachu.
Most definitely, my nigga. And we got the flamingo.
And now we got a flamingo in the family. So, you know, what we gonna name this dude though?
That's what I was thinking, my nigga. I thought you already had a name for him.
No, I ain't named him yet.
We might have to come. We might have to come up with that a little.
I was thinking though, I don't know why, but you know that song, the Joker. Some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love.
Hell yeah.
But then he said, some people call me Maurice. I think we should name the flamingo
I like it.
Maurice.
Maurice. I like
Maurice.
that. That's it. That's that nigga's name.
Yeah. So we got
So we got
Pikachu
Pikachu
and
and
Maurice.
Pikachu, he's sitting there holding the sign.
You know, Maurice is just posted up on
Yeah.
one leg. We gonna let him do his thing.
He doing a thing. Shit, give us another fact.
All right, here's another fact. What's the difference between an East Coast IPA, a New England IPA, and a West Coast IPA? So there's different kinds. You know, I told you it's not just so
Like
simple.
it goes more into just the IPA.
So here we go. Not all IPAs are created equal. Within the general American IPA category, there's 3 different styles. That's the American IPA category. So there's 3 styles of Americans. A West Coast style is aggressively hoppy and bitter with notes of citrus and pine. East Coast IPAs have strong hops, but also a strong, slightly sweet malt character that balances the beer out. New England IPAs are defined by huge fruity hop flavors. They're also hazy and unfiltered. So
I think I've had a New England IPA and a definitely a West Coast IPA, but I would definitely have to look more in the information.
I honestly think though that this ain't aggressively hoppy,
It isn't.
and the fruit flavor ain't like huge. I'm gonna have to say this must be an East Coast IPA just based on this description.
I would say
It says it's a strong hops, but also a strong, slightly sweet malt character that balances the beer out. And we did say it's balanced.
I would feel like this is definitely that.
So we gonna guess that this is an East Coast IPA, and we might do, update you on the next show or in the description in the video whether we're right or not.
Yeah, it's not 100% fast, but speaking on how it describes, I would definitely say that. And I feel like I've tried a little bit of all three. It says, why is IPA so popular? Why does anything get popular? IPAs are a full flavor, and they're the polar opposite of the bland adjunct lagers Americans were used to drinking prior to the craft beer boom. Early craft brewers capitalized on this otherness. Craft breweries all started putting out an IPA, and IPAs became synonymous with the craft beer movement. As the craft beer became more popular, IPAs became more popular. And I can see that. That really definitely makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And that's basically kind of what we're trying to say a little bit earlier in our segment. We're kind of trying to say that.
I mean, because craft beers are different. And
They are.
And it is kind of an acquired taste. So,
You would really have to try one. If y'all haven't tried one, y'all probably could kind of understand. If you have tried one, then you do understand what we're trying to say. And it most
there definitely was a time when people were drinking just regular beers, but and craft beers are still booming right now. Like, that is the thing. And so,
and like this fact said, it said they're the polar opposite of the bland adjunct lagers, which I mean, y'all might not even drink lagers, but
there's craft lagers too.
It's definitely different than drinking just a regular beer. Like, it's
like, if you want to think of a bland lager thing, and no offense to the company, but normal lager, think Budweiser. Like, that's what I think of as an American lager.
shit. I like Budweiser.
Budweiser, like that. But when you put Budweiser up next to IPAs and craft beers, it's not the same. It's a little more exciting. It's a little more involved.
I would definitely agree. It's definitely more exciting, more involved, but I still fuck with a Budweiser. I fuck with beer in general. We the Brew Bros.
We the Brew Bros. So,
but all right, Mike, fucking
all
what
right,
are you going?
let's see
Yeah,
what we got.
appreciate the beer.
Oh yeah. All right, this basically just reiterates another fact from before. Australian origins. Originally thought to have been first sighted in London, the first known mention of IPA was in an advertisement. My bad. It was in an advertisement in an Australian newspaper in 1829. That was more than a few years ago. The Sydney Gazette in New South Wales advertising ran an ad that mentions East India Pale Ale. The ad didn't mention what brewery the beer was coming from, though. So I'm trying to figure out.
How the fuck they?
Look, I do marketing. I make advertisements all the time. That's my job. I can't imagine advertising what we're selling and not telling you who the fuck is selling it.
We don't know who the fuck is selling it.
Like, we got that East India Pale Ale.
We got
Who got that East India Pale Ale?
We don't know, but we got that.
That's the mystery. That's the mystery.
But I don't know, and we had kind of read that fact in the first very fact that we read, but anyway, on to another one. Why are they so bitter? The bitterness comes from the hops measured by IBU, which that's not much.
We'll tell you about IBU.
Yeah, when it comes, it's gonna come through. I'm gonna throw another at you.
But also be noted that why is it so bitter is a range, because like this one we're drinking right now is not really super bitter. Honestly, this one
It
is.
really isn't, and I'm glad that you said that.
It's
I'm
kinda leveled
sorry,
out.
Sorry to interrupt
Yeah.
you. I'm glad that you said that because I don't want to say that it's bitter and throw y'all off into even trying it because they're not all
It's
bitter.
good.
Some of them are very well balanced, and don't get me wrong, some of them are very fucking bitter.
And that bitter is very relative because
But it really does
even the
range.
most bitter one, well, not the most bitter one, but some of the stronger bitter ones aren't. It's bitter, but it's not bitter that will turn you away. It's just a
Yes.
difference in flavor. Like it's not like
That's very good.
it's not like eating a bad berry or something. Like
yeah, it ain't that. You described it pretty good.
yeah,
bro.
like it may be bitter, but there's also other flavors.
It
and aromas
isn't.
in
It
there.
isn't a bad bitter.
Some of them are. Now, don't get us
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, that's what I'm
Some
saying,
of them are
like-
hard to drink.
Some of them are very fucking bitter, like fucking whatever.
Look, this one right, I didn't try really in extents all of these. These are 17 projects, but look, this raw iron,
but it's raw. It's mug, nigga.
It's raw.
nigga.
like I couldn't remember the name of it earlier. I said, you know, when you were drinking that corrugated steel, like that.
Yeah, that motherfucker
When we
raw,
drank
nigga.
this, it tasted like drinking raw iron.
Yeah, that shit will rot as fuck.
But they aren't all like that. So bitter is
No,
really relative.
to be honest with you,
The bitterness comes from the fruit flavor. Like
to be
like
honest
you said,
with you,
imagine grapefruit.
I got more in my collection right here that I really like, and three of them for sure that are very well balanced.
It's overall
one
positive.
of them, yeah, it most definitely is overall positive. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this other fact at y'all. What are some other beer styles like IPA? There'll always be another IPA for you to try, but if you're looking for something slightly different, try Pale Ale. It's slightly less intense than the IPA, but a good ale, but a good Pale Ale will hit on all the right notes. You can also look for hoppy versions of other light. How come I just grabbed two fucking kind of half-ass
half-ass
facts?
facts.
But I'm gonna get y'all.
Well, I'm gonna expand on this one
Shit,
though.
could I throw in one of them?
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was yours, man.
Yeah. Okay, so this was, and yeah, exactly what I was about to say though. Okay, so it said try a pale ale. So obviously, like we said, IPA is India Pale Ale. That's the name of the style. And we might do a whole episode on different beer styles too. Lagers, ales, pale ale, India Pale Ale, Pilsner, box. Yeah, there's all kinds of different styles of beer, and it's all about how they're brewed. So when you think IPA, that's India Pale Ale. So it says if you're looking for something similar, try a pale ale. Okay, well, we drank this.
We drank an APA.
This is it's called Voodoo, and it's by Tin Roof Brewing, and it's out of Baton Rouge.
That bit goes off.
This is an American pale ale. It's an APA, not an IPA. Okay, and it's not even just a pale ale, but whatever. But like, this was a very balanced beer, and like
It
I
was
said,
very balanced.
IPAs they tend to be more. The word they use is aggressively hopped. Like the hops is what makes it kind of bitter. And some of them are really aggressively hopped, and some of them are not hopped up as much, but they're all more hopped up than other styles of beer.
But as that fact said, this style, this pale ale is definitely, it has similarities to the IPA. So I would agree.
Look,
there.
this American Pale Ale, this APA, next to this one that we're beer reviewing right now, this IPA, they're super similar because this is less aggressively hopped.
And I'm not even gonna lie with this, say Arnold's Elisa IPA This bitch go more balanced than that APA.
Yeah.
But
So
they
that
are
one
very
is-
similar in
That one
styles.
is less aggressively hot.
They are, which this is just one hop, but I'm gonna throw that at you in different folks.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that.
But I would agree with that.
I think that's a good fact. Like,
I think it is.
if you
like,
want an IPA, but you don't
But
want
you
to
can't
risk too
stand-
much of that bitters,
try pale ale.
try just a regular pale ale. Like, it's the same personality of beer, just less intense.
But make sure it's like if you're looking for something similar to
I definitely recommend the
similar
Voodoo.
to IPA. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that Voodoo because it's definitely
It's
well
good.
Just make sure it's a pale ale. If you're
So
looking for something similar, go ahead.
let me pull the can out the koozie for a minute. We're gonna talk about Full-Tang again for a little bit.
Yeah, because it is the beer we're hosting for
So
dinner.
yeah, and shout out to Revolver Brewing Company in
Shout out to y'all.
Texas. Hey, and I love on this can, they got a little Texas emblem right here with a circle around it. It says "Go Texas," like just fucking go Texas, yeah.
Hell yeah, nigga. Hey,
And-
that's what I like about.
And a lot of the beers that we've tried, we're inventing right now. So we've tried some Louisiana beers, and
I got some
I think
from,
Holy Roller.
From
I think, yeah, Holy Roller's from Louisiana too. I'm pretty,
the
yeah.
boot, baby.
So,
And we in the boot right
we
now,
in
if
the
y'all
boot.
didn't know. We
so,
are.
but
So shout out
obviously
to-
the selection that we have going on is gonna be majority Louisiana, Texas beers.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We got some from California,
Chicago.
so some others.
but
But
shout
shout
out
out
to
to y'all
Louisiana,
local
Texas.
brewers from the Brew Bros.
Local,
Shout out to
hey,
y'all
local
niggas.
breweries win. Go out and the cool thing about a local brewery, you can go tour it. Go out there and see
Exactly.
where your beer is made.
And we're gonna try to tour ourselves and
We gonna take you on
throw
a
y'all
tour
some
with us.
reviews on some tours.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
know, try to take.
We're
you
gonna
on
get it
some
all
tours.
set up. This is just
This
a
the
new
kickoff.
start. Yeah, it's just a kickoff to a new beginning, and I really hope that y'all do enjoy our new set off on International IPA Day with the Brew Bros.
The Brew Bros.
I'm really enjoying it myself. I ain't gonna lie.
But yeah, so the can says go Texas. So go Texas.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know, this Full-Tang is
It's the
what-
Full-Tang,
How many
nigga.
cans are we on now? 3?
3. It's the Full-Tang.
Hey, and they're 7.2%. Like, I'm feeling good off of 3 right now.
I am too, and I
When we
want.
hit that 6-pack, you gonna know.
Yeah, you gonna know. I bet y'all already know, and we pre-gamed it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we pre-gamed
We
it.
pre-gamed a few. That because we was trying to throw this. We was trying to throw this other IPA that we had in our selection, and come to find out,
It
was an
wasn't an IPA.
so it ain't that.
We
Uh,
hey, we drank it because we're like, we need that can for the display, and then
But
It
we're
wasn't
gonna,
an IPA.
We're gonna give y'all the full tang. We're gonna keep.
but-
I'm gonna throw another fact. Go ahead and then.
yeah, I just want to talk about the Full-Tang for a minute because, okay, if you watch my Instagram videos, I would do a couple different things. I would do like, could it be a shower beer, and
a shower beer.
shower
You
beer.
be drinking beers in the shower.
Nigga, I'm a brew bro.
I'm gonna drinking beer in the shower.
Hey, a shower, it ain't a shower without a shower beer.
Hell
It
yeah.
ain't a road trip without a road beer. It ain't a shower beer without a shower beer.
Hell
And I would and chuggability, right? So some beers,
Shit, I could chug the full.
some beers are, and for lack of better words, some beers are spicy. And I'm not saying they're actually spicy, but they got a lot of carbonation in it. Like the difference between drinking a root beer and a Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola, like, it burns more to drink it. Some beers burn a little more. Some beers are a little more bitter. Bottled beers, if they don't come in a can, they already lost the shower contest. Like, no.
Except for this one, nigga.
So, but chuggability, because I was just thinking while I was chugging the end of the last can.
Yeah, I really.
Chuggability, this one is such a smooth beer. You want to chug that hole?
I could
Go
chug-
for it.
I could chug the full tang.
Yeah, I can chug a Full-Tang. So I'm gonna give my chuggability rating on this one. I'm gonna give it a good solid 7. And that's a scale I literally just made up right now.
Shit, nigga, I would definitely give it a 7. Cause I would give this a fucking goddamn 10, nigga.
That was a smooth beer.
It was so fucking smooth.
Like
if you're a woman and you don't fucking like the taste
at
of
all.
beer,
If you don't like beer at
you
all,
could goddamn with this St. Arnold's, also from Texas, you could fucking, you could definitely on the chuggability, I would give it a 10.
and big ups on the Texas like small breweries. Honestly,
I know.
like,
Shout out to them.
because like we've had a couple Louisiana brews, but these Texas brews,
Yeah,
St. Arnold has a couple different, like for any different kind of beer you might like, St. Arnold has a different beer for you.
They
But
really do.
Most of their
And,
beers are really good.
Yeah, they really going off with most of their beers. I ain't gonna lie, there's this one.
There's one.
And it's called the Lawnmower.
And it tastes like something you might drink out from the lawnmower.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not good. But
I do have a Southern.
someone likes it. Someone likes like,
Cause they keep selling
They
that
keep
hoe.
selling it.
It's in every goddamn store around
but
that mug.
honestly, the rest of the St. Arnold beers,
Yeah, cause I do have a summer pilsner in my collection up there that definitely go off like this. But anyhow,
go Texas.
Go Texas. Shout out to you. nigga.
Shout out to Texas.
And Louisiana.
Louisiana.
And Louisiana. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like
In my top 4 beers, 2 are Texas and 2 are Louisiana.
yes, most definitely. I'm gonna throw another fact at y'all. And we're gonna tell you what IBU is. I'm about to tell you right now. What is IBU? IPAs are a full. Excuse me. Let me set my beer down. IPAs are full of 3-letter abbreviations. An IBU should be one you check regularly. It stands for International Bittering Units. The IBU measures the parts per million of, of
Isohumalone.
of that shit, which isohumalone means the acid in hops. So it measures the acid in the hops. And the higher the IBU, the more bitter the beer. The average IPA will be between 40 and 60 IBUs.
Hey, and if you want to know the IBUs, we were talking about this earlier too. I was just checking some of these bottles right now to see if it was on there, and it ain't. If you want to know the IBUs, you don't have to go to the brewery website.
Yeah,
much.
which we haven't done because we had a short time to
We
make
did.
make this video.
We did, and I'm going to throw up a graphic
You gonna see
on the
it?
screen. You going to see it. We don't see it right now.
Yeah, we look like
I'm going to throw up a graphic that shows you the IBUs for this Full-Tang. Honestly, because we did go to the Revolver, we did go to the Revolver website and check out, some of the background on the beers and other beers they make. And again, shout out to Revolver because that's the beer we're reviewing today.
Yeah, shout out to Revolver.
It's in Fort Worth. We gonna make that trip to Fort Worth
Yeah,
and check out that.
we got some niggas that live right there, and that would be fucking perfect.
So,
we could see the
but
fan.
if you want to know your IBUs, basically you don't have to go check out the website and see how your beer is brewed. But once you start drinking craft beers and IPAs, you're already pushing yourself to another
And
level.
I'm not-
You don't want to know that extra stuff.
You are, and I'm gonna throw.
It's interesting.
I'm gonna throw this out there too, bro. I'm gonna say that they range very differently on their IBUs. That fact was definitely correct. It says the range between 40 and 60. I would definitely say that they definitely range. They're not all bitter. They're not. Their bitterness is definitely the IBU is
And
definitely,
like he said, 40 to 60, that's high. That's high end. Like if you drink other craft beers and some of the other beers we're gonna review, they're gonna have IBUs, but their IBU numbers are gonna be way less. That's part of what makes the IPAs.
yes,
Again,
is their judge on it.
again, Pikachu on the bottom of the sign.
Yeah, come on.
Happy National IPA Day, and I'll drink today.
Hey, we need another drinking song.
Yeah. What we gonna drink to on this one? Huh. Yeah. That one feels big. Make me wanna do a jig. Dance on the bar and shit. Viper. Come on. They say the answer can't be found in the bottom of a bottle, but I'm not trying to find an answer or looking to solve no problem. I just wanna live and hopefully I'll make it to tomorrow. But if I don't, that's cool too, cause I've been living on borrowed time and acting a damn fool. I can't be a lame, I just can't cause it ain't cool. Staying out late looking through space for an angel. Waiting on fate, that gives me something to drink to, something to cling to. Hey twinkle twinkle, drink to the stars, I guess I'm drinking to me too. And I know my little brother shining from light years, cause I seen his light here. So pour me a light beer and let's have a toast to the things that we hope. Tomorrow we'll make this world ours, but tonight we gon' drink to the stars. For the girl I'm loving, 2 times for my homeboys not around, 3 times for the ones we left behind. Then we drink to the stars. 1 time for the girl I'm loving.